Hello, my amazing artist. I'm going to show you how to create your pinwheel for peace. You're going to need your art sketchbook, some scissors, a glue stick or any type of glue, a pencil, and stuff to color with. Preferably crayons or colored pencils because markers will bleed through your sketchbook pages. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rip out a piece of paper from our sketchbook. All right. And then if you do have blank paper that you would rather use, you can go ahead and use that instead. To create a perfect triangle, we're going to cut after 3 lines. So you have your first line that you write on, your second line that you write on, and then your third line. And we're going to cut right here on this 4th line to create a perfect square. If you use another piece of paper and you don't use your sketchbook paper, make sure you have 4 equal sides or else your pinwheel will not work. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean up this jagged line from where I cut it or where I ripped it out of my notebook. I'm going to go ahead and cut that and make it straight. Now I'm going to fold it this way into a triangle, and I'm going to line up the edges. And if your edges don't line up like mine didn't, you see how I have that extra space right there? I'm going to go ahead and cut that off so it's perfectly lined up. And after I have my triangle, I'm going to go ahead and fold it one more time this way. And we're gonna match it up. And then we should have our triangle. Remember, you can go ahead and pause this video if I'm moving too quickly, okay? And then when I open it up, I should have 4 equal sections. All right. We do have these lines because we're using paper that has the lines on it, and that's okay. So we're just gonna draw and color right over top of that. On the front side, I would like you guys to use 4 elements of art. If you don't remember the elements of art, I am going to give you the 4 that I think you should use, which are line. We're gonna do shape. And then texture will be fun. And value. Those are 4 elements of art, and I'll go over those in a second if you don't remember what they are. And then on the back, I would like you guys to create 4 symbols of peace. Whatever you think peace means to you, try to create 4 symbols of peace. So for me, I think a happy face is something that is a symbol of peace because it's just happy. And then a heart. That we should all love each other and be kind. And then a peace sign. I don't know if you guys even remember what a peace sign is. Maybe that's just me because I'm old. And then at the bottom, we could even do like a hand to represent peace. So that is my peace sign. All right. So you come up with 4 symbols of peace, whatever you think peace represents. And then on the front, we're gonna go ahead and start our designs using the elements of art. So for me, I chose line. I'm gonna go ahead and do simple lines. So line, obviously, is just using lines to create your art. I'm gonna go ahead and put some squiggly lines in there, pointy lines. What else can I do? Go this way, this way. Bum, bum, bum. All right, so that's my line section. All right, and then you do not have to write the words. I just wrote them in there for you guys to see. For shape, I'm gonna use some random shapes and I'm just gonna put them in there. Do a square. We can do some abstract shapes, some freeform shapes. Looks like a paint spot, a triangle, any shape. Heart is technically a shape. I'm gonna do a circle, another triangle. Let's add some more. There's my shapes. And then value is where we go from light to dark or dark to light. When we shade, we use value. So in this section, when I color it, I'm just gonna use value, and I'm gonna start out dark at the center, and then I'm gonna go to lighter. And that's how I'm gonna do this section. But I'm gonna use my color when I do color it in. And we are gonna go over the elements of art on our next Zoom call in case you forgot them. And then for texture, I'm gonna do, you draw anything that resembles texture. So like hair, scales, something that looks bumpy. It can be an actual or implied surface of texture, and that's up to you. I'm gonna do something that looks like scales. Since I'm still stuck in summer, I'm gonna pretend that I'm still looking at mermaids and fishes. And this is how I draw my scales. So I want it to look like the texture of a fish having scales. All right, now that I have my whole front and my whole back done, I'm gonna color them after I get off the video. But just for the video, I'm gonna show you how to cut and then put your pinwheel together. So we're gonna get our scissors again, and on each line we're gonna cut, but we are only gonna cut halfway. So don't cut all the way to the center, only cut halfway through. And try to keep it as straight as you can. So we should have 4 lines that we just cut. All right, after that, you are going to take the corner, take one corner and put it in the center, just like this. Then we are gonna skip the other one, and we're gonna take the corner of the next one and put it right in the center. Then we're gonna skip, and then we're gonna take the next one and put it in the center. And we're gonna skip the next point and grab the next point. So it should look something like this. This is how you create a pinwheel. I am not able to give you guys your little brackets that go in the center, and you can normally spin them. So you're just gonna take glue, and you're gonna glue each piece down. You might have to hold it down for a couple seconds to get it to let it dry and stick together. But this is how you create your pinwheel of peace. I will go ahead and post my finished product, colored and glued, and I cannot wait to see your amazing pinwheels of peace. If you have a stick or something that you can put in the middle to make it spin, and you want to hang it out front, and that's how you take your picture, that would be called an installation. You installed it like in your front yard or on your front porch or even in your window. I cannot wait to see them. If not, you can just sit it flat on your desk and then go ahead and take a picture that way and post it in Schoology. Don't forget. I love you guys. I miss you guys so much. Stay creative and stay positive.